Hey, and welcome to another workout from me, Vicky from VW Fitness. So today I am going to do a workout with resistance bands. So at the moment, a lot of us are working out from home and we may only have access to resistance bands. Sorry, puppy in the background groaning because life is so tiring as a puppy. Anywho, I am going to go through 8 exercises working upper body, lower body, and a bit of the core, involving 1 or 2 resistance bands. Now, I have 2, and I will demonstrate. I'm going to use a lighter one for some exercises and a heavier one for some. But if you only have 1, you could adjust the reps. So if it's quite light, you might want to do slightly more reps on the big compound lower body exercises like squat and a deadlift. And you may want to do slightly less reps on the exercises that involve smaller muscle groups like shoulder press. I'm going to do 10 of each exercise in a circuit style, so one exercise after the other. But you could always perform this workout in sets and reps. So 2 sets of 10 squats with, say, 30 seconds to a minute's rest in between, then move on to your deadlifts. And depending on how much training you've been doing, you could do 2 sets, 3 sets, or 4 sets of 10 reps to start with. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to start with a squat. I am going to use the slightly lighter resistance band for this one because I'm quite tall and stretching it up and over my body is enough resistance with the light one. So I'm going to get this resistance band into the position where I've got it underneath my fingers, it's resting across my back and into squat stance. So feet shoulder width apart, toes out slightly, pull my belly button into the spine and slip myself in. 10 squats. Now you'll find that with the resistance band, the resistance gets less the lower you go towards the floor and more as you come up, where you're pulling that band to its limits. Good, keeping the feet flat on the floor, weight in the middle of the foot. Last one. Good. That is our resistance band squat. Next up, I'm going to do a deadlift. I'm going to use the slightly heavier band for this one. And you can do it one of 2 ways. You could put the band singly under your foot and shorten up to the length you need, or you can double it up. That will probably make it a little bit harder, and use the ends you have as little handles. So for your deadlift, shoulder blades in the back pockets, belly button pulled into the spine. You want a slight bend in your knee, stick your bum out behind you, nice flat back, so bracing that core. From there, you're going to simply stand up and back down. We're going to do it again, 10 of these. Good, maintaining that braced core, shoulder blades in the back pockets, feet flat on the floor, especially those toes, don't let them lift up. Last one. Excellent. 10 deadlifts. We're going to stick with the lower body and we're going to do some crab walks. So we're staying standing up and then we're going to move down to the floor. So again, pick up your band. This time, don't double it up and put it under your feet. So keep it single. Pop it under your feet and then cross your hands over. And shorten it up. Again, you'll learn how much resistance you need and how much you need to shorten or lengthen that band. Now you're going to take a very slight bend in your knees. Let me shuffle over here. And almost as if you were heading down towards a squat. And you're going to keep one foot stable and step out with the other foot. Try never to let the resistance go completely, so don't let those feet come together. Big step, meet it. Big step, in. Big step, in. And we're going to do 2 each way. Good. I can feel my glutes with this one already. Big step. If you can step very easily, you probably need to make that band a little bit shorter. Last time. This will engage those glutes nicely for the glute bridges that we're about to do next. Okay, so for the glute bridges, you can do these, obviously all these exercises you can do without a band. Well, deadlifts would be difficult, but you're going to put the band under your feet. Now, you can put one end under your feet with the band across, but it's probably not going to be tight enough. You're going to pop the band across, tuck it under your feet. This will help keep your feet flat on the floor because you are not going to want to move them. It'll ping up and hit you. So lying flat, band across the hips, feet are flat on the floor, and performing a glute bridge as we would, but you're just getting a little bit of extra resistance here. Keeping the feet and knees approximately hip width apart, keep the belly button pulled to the spine, keep the glutes squeezed, and lift. And we want to pause just for a second at the top. Good. And one. And rest there. So that's our lower body exercises done. We're now going to do a couple of upper body exercises and one for the core, the torso. So next up, a bent over row. So again, like the deadlift, you can place a single part of the band under your foot, shorten up the band as much as you need and go from there, or you can double it over again. This might be an option for later on when you start getting stronger. So standing on the band, much like we're almost in the bottom of a deadlift. So shoulder blades in the back pockets, back nice and flat, stick the bum out behind you and keep the core braced, belly button pulled towards the spine. From here, we're going to pull those elbows back towards the hips. Squeezing, we've got big muscles under our armpits, called our lats. We're working the middle and upper back here. Almost there. Last one. So that's the back of the body. That's our pulling exercise for the upper body. We're going to do a pressing exercise or a pushing exercise for the upper body next. So this time you're going to lie on the band. Again, using the end of the band as a handle, pop it under your back. Now the reason we lie down is you're less likely to have it ping out. You can do this exercise standing or sitting or kneeling, but if you lie down, the band's less likely to move. So you want the band across, just across your shoulder blades. You want the elbows approximately 45 degrees from the body. Shoulder blades, shoulders pinned down to the floor, and we press up. Engaging those chest muscles, the triceps, and the front of the shoulders. Much like you would if you had dumbbells or a barbell. And 10. So we're going to do another pressing exercise, but this is going to be an overhead press this time. Now you can do this one standing up, but I've realized that with the resistance of my band, and I'm quite tall, this is a bit easier and safer kneeling. I'm going to squeeze my bum, brace my abs. I'm not going to let my back arch and my chest pop forward, but my hands underneath the band, and I am pressing straight on up. Good. I can feel my shoulders already. And 10. Fab. Okay, finally, I'm going to do a little wood chop type exercise, so a rotational movement. So you're going to stand on the band, ideally a lightish band with this one, and you're going to hold the band up roughly in line with your tummy, your belly button. And you're going to rotate. So we're going to start slight bend in the knee, facing the right. And you're going to rotate that body. So you're trying to keep the hips pointing forward as much as you can and rotate the upper body round and back. And you should feel it right across here. And then once we've done 8 to 10 on one side, starting at the other side and rotate there and back. Trying to keep a slight bend in the knee. And lower body as still as possible as you rotate that torso. So there we have 8 exercises. Squat for the lower body, deadlift for the lower body, crab walks and glute bridges. Then we move on to the upper body. Bent over rows, so for the back, the biceps, floor press for the chest and triceps, shoulder press for the shoulders, and then wood chops for that torso, that rotation, working those abs, obliques in that midsection there. So as always, if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments, and I'm going to pop the exercises in the comments there as well. As I say, you can do this as a circuit or you can do it as sets and reps. And all that's left to do is get on with it and enjoy. Have a good one.